Hi, it's Anna here from Astral Hygiene, doing my very first live for 2022. So Happy New Year to all of you, and thank you for coming into 2022 with Astral Hygiene. This week we're going to be discussing ways to prepare your workplace for winter, and there's some obvious ones in here, but there's also some not so obvious ones as well. So we're going to be discussing kind of contingency plans and written pathways and all of that sort of good stuff, but also there's some surprise ones in there as well. So stick with me as I work through this kind of winter checklist. If you could like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on our YouTube channel, that would be really good. Thank you so much, and you'll be the first one to hear of kind of updates. So I'm doing this prepare for winter in January. I'm aware of this. And I'm doing this because in the Scottish borders and in Scotland, January, February, March are the worst ones, and they're the worst months. And these are the ones that are that kind of catch us unaware, and the temperatures can really go down to quite low temperatures here in Scotland. But right now we're kind of sitting in the Scottish borders at 9. But there are kind of reports from media that the temperature will dip. So I kind of just wanted to put this checklist together so that everybody is prepared for what is going to come ahead. So this guide is for employers and for individuals. I think it's useful for everybody to watch, because if your employer isn't doing what it should be doing, then you can, gently give it a nudge and a reminder as the business owners. So this guide is for everybody. So it's available in written form on our website, www.astralhygiene.co.uk/blogs, and it's all there in writing. And I'll put this video alongside it, and it'll also sit on our Facebook profile and our Instagram profile as well, and I'll go on YouTube also. Sometimes I share things onto Google My Business as well. So the first thing that needs to be done is make sure that all of your entrances and exits are clear and safe, and you can do that with some gritting salt, which is available here. We're selling, I think, 20 kgs for £10.50. A snow shovel, which we also sell here just for kind of ease. Making sure that all of your entrances and exits are clear, so that the liability for that has completely gone. The second thing that I'd like to discuss is, as an employer, you need to kind of monitor emerging threats. This sounds quite sinister, but it's not meant to be quite sinister. So make sure that kind of all storms, we had Storm Arwen a few weeks ago, and that was a really nasty one. So make sure that they're all kind of being taken accounted of, keeping your finger on the pulse of all kind of potential storms, threats, local COVID-19 outbreaks, etc., and how that could impact on your business, making sure that you're aware of road closures and road works, and sending regular communications out to your people, because if you're looking after your people, and I can't say this enough, your people make your organisation perform. So if you are looking after your people and you're performing in that area with looking after your people, then it helps your people to really perform, and that's kind of what we try to do here at Astral. So make sure that you're communicating the plan for all kind of storms. Tell people to work from home. Tell people go home early. Make sure that it's coming out in a really timely fashion. Employees who must travel to work or work outdoors are obviously particularly vulnerable to these kind of weather situations, and COVID outbreaks, etc., with public transport and stuff. So make sure that the organisational policy is available for everybody to see, in terms of this is how we expect you to get to work. Make arrangements with your teams to make sure they can get there on particular holidays or days when buses and trains are limited. Also, if you have people who work outside or people who drive vehicles for you, so let's talk about working outside first. Working outside, you need to make sure that they're kitted out with the appropriate workwear. again, which we sell here, and there's a selection on our website, or you could just drop us a note on Facebook or Instagram and ask us for a workwear catalogue, and we'll send it out to you free of charge. Make sure that they're wearing, you know, waterproof clothing, high visibility clothing if they're working in a fast moving kind of situation like roads or railways, etc. Electrical workers obviously need to be kitted out appropriately, and make sure that they've all kind of got steel toe cap boots on and all of that sort of good stuff which we sell here. With the vehicles, if you do have individuals out driving for you, in the winter months, make sure that they do have appropriate tyres on, so not summer tyres, all season or winter tyres, and that can really kind of make the difference between getting out of a situation or not, or being stuck in a situation. Also, in terms of kind of maintenance of buildings and operations, make sure that all the boilers are serviced and that the service is up to date and nothing's going to break. If anything, if your boiler is ever going to break, it's going to break in winter, which is the worst time for it to break. Ensure that all your pipes are insulated so that you don't get any leaks or burst pipes, particularly during these particular frosty months. And have an emergency plan before the emergency that you can then go and execute, and communicate that in a really timely and rapid, efficient fashion to make sure that everybody knows exactly what the plan is, where to go, where not to go, what to do, etc., to stop a flurry of emails being sent around. So if you cover off all of these points, it does kind of reduce the overall risk to your business, your reputation, but also more importantly to your people, and make sure that they are all kind of looked after and are communicated with appropriately. In these cold winter months, a couple of things that I want to talk about is the states of stress that are caused by extreme cold. So if somebody is showing extreme fatigue, is confused, is shivering, and has got slowed breathing, they need to go to hospital. So look after your people, and preparing for winter by just taking a couple of these simple suggestions that I've put forward today will not only help to keep everybody safe, but it'll help to keep your people feeling safe. And feeling safe is part of the overall employee engagement piece around making people want to come to work, making people want to go that extra mile for you, making people really feel invested in the relationship with your business rather than just a simple employee. That's all from me today. There'll be more next week. Thanks so much. Have a nice weekend when it comes.